You can quit porn and you can still hate your life, because the end goal of all of this stuff isn't just to quit, it's to transform. If you don't know me, my name is Krishna. I'm someone who quit his porn addiction after many, many years of struggling with it. And I'm someone who's just teaching the lessons that I personally learned along the way. And I make these videos so that you can quit too, and you don't have to suffer as much as I did. One of the things that really helped me quit was meaning. It was purpose, right? And I'll go a little bit deeper into this. Quitting porn, it creates a certain space, right? Because you're effectively, you're removing a certain part of your life. When you remove that certain part of your life that you've had for a very, very long time, it creates a space, right? And now that space needs to be filled in some way. And what you fill it with is going to determine who you become, right? At least that's how it was from my experience. So when I quit porn fully, that was the time where I first discovered something that was meaningful to me. At that time, that was like pursuing sports in high school, right? It was pursuing something physical for me. It was the gym, and for me, it was also sports as well. I replaced the addiction with a purpose of some kind, with a goal of some kind, right? Because for me personally, I don't know about you, but I seem to have this addictive personality where I either was an extreme degenerate or I was extremely locked in. Right? It was either one. I wasn't this middle guy who was like, yeah, sometimes I go to the gym and sometimes I work and sometimes I might masturbate once every 3 weeks. Right? I wasn't that guy. I was either that guy who would play video games for 14 hours a day and jerk off 2, 3 times, or that guy who hasn't played games in years, who hasn't jerked off in years, who hasn't even touched porn in 3 years. Right? I was either end on the extreme. And so if you can relate to me, then you're probably going to say, yeah, I probably also have this slightly addictive personality where I tend to go all in on one thing and then I stop that thing and then I go all in on this next thing. That's how it was for me. And so when that space was created, I filled it with something productive, because if I didn't fill it with something productive, what was it going to get filled with? It was going to get filled with some other type of addiction, right? And so if you don't have a meaningful goal, if you don't have a purposeful thing to work on, then you're going to relapse into something else. Video games, social media, drugs, right? These are all things that are going to fill that space, that could fill that space, if you don't fill it yourself with something that's meaningful to you and something that actually improves your life in some way, right? And so for me, at the later parts of this is fulfillment. It came from contributing something, not just consuming, right? So when I make this content, when I try and help other people quit their porn addictions, I feel fulfilled in some way, because even if 2 people see this video, even if 3 people see this video, and it actually helps them in some way, then I'll feel like I did my job, right? Because I'm trying to contribute something to the world, right? Because I've had experience with porn addiction, I've quit porn addiction using certain methods, and so I'm just trying to share that to everybody and just share my story, and hopefully you can relate to me. But meaningful work, purposeful work, something that gave me some type of meaning, is really what helped me quit for it, basically forever, right? And again, I haven't watched it in over 3 years at this point. And so you might not know what you want to do. You might know what you want to do. Either case, and I think David Goggins actually talks about this. I think he has this quote where he says, if you don't know your purpose, then the purpose is you. And I think what he means by this is a lot of people they're probably trying to find their purpose. They're trying to find the thing that they want to start, and then they'll finally start it, right? They're waiting for like this kind of perfect condition in order to start what they're doing. But the reality is that starting is the perfect condition. And so You may not even know what you want to do. You might not even know what you want to contribute eventually. And that's fine, right? Even I'm still figuring stuff out. I'm not saying that I know everything. I'm still figuring stuff out all the time. There's so much that I don't know. But at least from my experience, for a while, the purpose was just me. It was my own personal development. And so if you don't know your purpose, then the purpose is you. Meaning that the purpose is to improve yourself. It makes sense, right? And so your actionable step for this video is to start something today. Whatever that is for you. Maybe it's a new sport, maybe it's a new hobby, a new skill, maybe it's going to the gym. Right? It's just starting something. Again, at the end of the day, the purpose is you. It's your own personal development. And then eventually, once you get higher into this area of personal development, then you can start helping other people as well, right? But when your cup is empty, and the cup symbolizes your experience in self-improvement, the things that you can provide to other people. When your cup is empty, you can't exactly help other people fill up their cups. It's only when your cup is overflowing that then you can start pouring stuff into other people's cups and helping them, right? Now, again, I'm not saying that I know everything. Quite frankly, I don't really know anything, right? But I do know that when it comes to this type of stuff, when it comes to addiction, when it comes to quitting porn, I know what has worked for me. And so again, I'm just sharing that, and hopefully it helps somebody. If you find that these free videos are helpful for you, then you can go and you can click the link in the description down below if you want the actual step-by-step framework that I used to quit my porn addiction. All right, it's just a free step-by-step thing that you can check out if you want to. I hope this video helped you, man. Take care.